All right, y'all. Today, we're going to talk about one of the world's favorite movies, The Wiz. Okay, what we going to say about The Wiz? There's a lot of things we can say about The Wiz. We all know The Wiz. First thing that comes to your mind when you think about The Wiz, you think about Michael Jackson, You Can't Win, you think about Mamino Lion, you think about all of these wonderful things. But, what we're going to talk about is the things in The Wiz that did nobody know anything about, nor did they care until today. Because last night I watched The Wiz and I cared. So now you have to care right along with me. I have an in-studio guest over there, but we'll talk to her later. All right, y'all, let's talk about The Wiz. First of all, we know The Wiz is a classic that came out in the 1970s. And it took us all by storm because they basically took The Wizard of Oz and flipped it on its ear. For those of you all who don't know anything about it, which I can't see how that could happen. Unless you were on a rock. You couldn't have missed this. But there are some substantial things in here that I need to point out that happened during Wiz that I didn't notice till when you watch The Wiz with adult eyes. It's a lot different than watching it with your starstruck kids' eyes. And one of the first things I want to point out, I can't go in order like I need to because I can't. I just can't. But I'm just going to let them come out as they come out. Let me start with Glinda the Good Witch. Let me start with that. There was a lot of nepotism going on in this movie. And what people don't understand or know what happened was Lena Horne's stepson ended up being a director of this movie. He didn't start out being a director of this movie, but he ended up being a director of this movie. You want to know why he had the opportunity to step in and take over the role as the director in this movie? Because the original director quit. You want to know why the original director quit? He said that Diana Ross is entirely too old for the role of Dorothy. And he did not want her. So this reads like a soap opera for real. Diana Ross, she wanted the role so bad. Like she begged for it. And who did she beg for it? Berry Gordy. So how much begging did she really have to do if she begged for the job through Berry Gordy? Wasn't that her boo? Potential baby daddy, probably. Yeah. So the job basically was up. We already got this role cast. Move on to the next person. We got this covered. So after doing all of that kicking and screaming, Diana Ross was awarded the role by QuincyJones, and the director was not a fan. He said, I'm not going to do it. She's too old for this role. We can't make this happen. What about Stephanie Mills? What was Stephanie Mills going to do with that role, first of all? Now, let me give her accolades. She may have bombarded her way into this role, but there was nobody that I know of in that time period who could have did this better than her. Yes, I know Stephanie Mills played Dorothy on Broadway, and they were looking at her to carry it over to the screen. But it would not, in my opinion, translate. Think about all that dancing in that movie. I have never seen Stephanie Mills step a step. I barely seen Diana Ross step a step. However, The Wiz took some choreography, and Diana Ross was dancing. She did a cartwheel or two. She was really running, and she dived into those munchkins like she was an Olympic gymnast. So, she did it. So, even though she got the role under the table, she worked that part. And she made it work for her to the point where it was undeniable that anybody could have been cast in this role and did it better than her. Because she did that. So, give her clout. Because she made that role. When she did that cartwheel, though, at the end, with that fabric in her hand. See, y'all slept on that. Didn't y'all miss that part? She did the cartwheel with the fabric in her hand. I saw it. Okay. Other facts about The Wiz. Did you all know that Quincy Jones and Michael Jackson, their first time working together was on The Wiz? I know. I know we all are under the impression that Berry Gordy, Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones was all cousins, because it's kind of hard for us as the general public to separate them in saying who knew who did what. Quincy Jones had never worked with Michael until they were on the Wiz. Actually, to the point that they said that they didn't think that Michael Jackson was able to pull that role off. They wanted somebody else. Who could have pulled that off better than Michael Jackson? So that was another miss that they almost messed up the movie with, trying to get somebody else to do that. They wanted somebody because they could not see Michael translating who he was into that character. But what y'all don't know is Michael studied that role. Michael said he studied how cougars move. I don't know why he picked these particular animals to tie him into the scarecrow. I don't know. But what the news article said is that Michael studied cheetahs and he studied cougars so that he could learn how to move in conjunction to be the scarecrow. I don't know how that tied over, but it worked. Got past us. So that's another good cast that they almost messed up by not getting Michael. Never heard nothing about Nipsey. I guess that was a shoe-in. No problem with him. No big deal. Let me tell y'all another fact that we missed about the Wiz. Y'all know we love the song, Don't Nobody Bring Me No Bad News. Y'all know we love that song, right? Y'all know we love the song, Don't Nobody Bring Us No Bad News. But guess what, y'all? We missed something. If she's the evil witch of the west, south, whichever one she is, she was evil witch. Answer me this. Why is she saying, don't nobody bring me no bad news? I thought about that. Last night when I was watching it, I was like, she don't want nobody to bring her no bad news. So in essence, she's saying she wants people to bring her good news. So how could she be an evil witch if she don't want nobody to bring her no bad news, but bring her some good news that she can use? It's a contradiction there. Don't nobody bring me no bad news. We did find out why, though. She said she don't get up till the afternoon and she already grumpy, so don't bring her no bad news. But still, that does translate to, if you don't want bad news, you want good news. So you can't be that bad. That's really, really crazy. That's just something that I thought about. What else did I want to cover in this? It was very, very exploratory when I watched this as an adult with my adult eyes. I thought it was quite fascinating. This movie has sculpted who I am as a person. I'm a choreographer. I'm a dance teacher. And by me seeing this movie when I was so young, it kind of sculpted how I taught my pieces. I like my pieces big and dramatic and full of color and a lot of jumping. And I didn't know that happened to me as a result of my eyes being on the Wiz like that. I was glued to it. So therefore, I couldn't help but embrace what I was seeing. So it was very enjoyable to watch it with my adult eyes. I enjoyed it, watched the whole thing, studied a lot of facts on it, got a lot of information. They did not want Dorothy to be Diana Ross. They did not want the Scarecrow to be Michael Jackson. They did not want the movie, of course, underperformed. I think they need to re-release it myself. I really do. What else happened in this movie? Oh, Quincy Jones. Let me tell you another thing y'all probably missed. In the Yellow Emerald City scene, when they doing all this fabulous dancing and you see everything moving around, there's a scene where you see these people on what I thought was a platform. It was not a platform. It was a really long piano, right? Really long piano. When you see the guy jamming at the end, and then he just randomly out of nowhere just turn around and start jamming like this to the camera. Like, yeah, you know it's me, which caused me to look at him. That was Quincy Jones on the piano. I did not know that until last night when I watched it. So if you have not watched The Wiz with your adult eyes, give it a shot. You will find some impressive information just like I did. And all of this was done in under 24 hours. All right, we'll be back with some more interesting facts on another piece, on another Broadway show, on another musical, on another movie, or anything that violates what we think we know about what we think we saw. All All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye.